Okay, so now let's get into the second half of the video. The title is "Don't tell me I did not warn you about this." So I'm going to give you some data which you should be implementing in your portfolios. So the first thing first, that corrections are permanent. Let's not be disappointed because markets are correcting. First, this needs to get out of our head that our portfolio can go like this always. It cannot happen. This is like breathing. You're breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Market also works like this in a almost like a cyclical fashion. Uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Yes, we can try to make the best of each part of the cycle, but that cycle will happen, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not. So the first thing first is that better to accept it, that this is the way of the market. Just like when you stand on the beach, the waves are coming and going back, coming and going back. You can't think that only one way traffic will happen there. It can't happen. That's the nature of the beast there. So this is also similar. You will have uptrends, you will have downtrends. Absorb them like it is part of life. Once you train your mind to think like that, you will not feel so bad when you lose 10, 20, 30% also on your portfolio, because that in the whole cycle I will make a lot of money, and then I'll give up something, and then I'll make a lot of money again. And gradually you are going one step up at a time. So the journey becomes smoother, it will become peaceful, you will learn to manage yourself, your emotions. And the biggest aspect of market investing is to control your emotions and to understand that the market is doing what it is supposed to do. Now when we can introduce gold into this entire mix, because gold is that ultimate asset class that offers a great hedge to equity, and most importantly, it gives you that peace of mind. Your portfolio could be going 1 to 10 to 5 to 15 to 10 to 20, but when you add gold to it, it will go much smoother and with very little deviations on the way. So that smoother journey will give you peace, exactly like when you're when you're on the highway and you hit unexpected dips or speed bumps on the way. I mean, you will curse the minister of transport for that. But then if you have a smoother ride with very little ripples on the way, I mean, you will not your peace will not get disturbed. That's exactly what will happen. So what has happened in the last 1 year, gold in INR terms is up 51%. Uh, Small caps are down 3%, large caps are up 2%, 3%. That's what has happened in the last 1 year. And there's so much hoo ha about this market fall in the last 4 months. Effectively, if you see on a 1 year basis, stocks have not gone anywhere, uh, either the large caps or the small caps, while gold has gone up 51% in the same time period. So nobody was expecting this 1 year back. If somebody told you that in within 1 year, equity will be where it is right now and gold will be at 50% higher, obviously you would have allocated to gold. But of course, nobody can predict the future. So we'll see now on a 10-year CAGR basis, uh, gold versus small and large caps. So um, we'll visualize this through data, and the question is that, is this a beginning of a new cycle of gold outperformance over equity? So 10-year rolling CAGR of gold is there of the last decade or so. So basically this point is 10-year returns of gold minus large caps. CNX 100 is the large cap index. So this plotting is 10-year rolling CAGR of gold returns minus CNX 100. So wherever it is green, gold has been outperforming on a 10-year rolling CAGR basis. Whenever it is red, equities have been outperforming. So in the last decade and slightly more, you're finding that there was a small cycle of equities doing well, 2014 to 15. Then gold actually was doing much better from 2015 till 2018 on a 10-year rolling CAGR. Then 2018 to 2020, equities was basically doing better. Then because of COVID, equities crashed, gold really went up. So there was a small period where gold was doing well, and then there was a huge period where equities outperform gold, and that is okay. I mean, most of the time you will find that equities should be outperforming gold. That is by design. But then, there will be periods where gold will also sort of outshine while equities take a back seat. And since 2024 October, we are seeing green here. So gold is now in that cycle of outperformance. Whether it lasts, 8 months, 10 months, or whether it will last 3 years, that is not known. But that's where things are right now. So 38% of the duration, gold is outperforming, and the rest, 62%, uh, large caps are performing. Now, if we do the same comparison versus small caps, so 10-year rolling CAGR of gold minus small caps, you're seeing here gold outperforms small caps 48% of the time. So here again, you are seeing almost 3 to 4 years of gold outperformance. Then you have another year, 2 years of gold outperformance right here. And now we are just moving into that territory where gold minus small cap 100 is again in the green and gold is outperforming. And this may stay this way for some more time, a few years perhaps. So now let's also see, the relative performance of gold, uh, gold minus large cap, gold minus small caps across 1, 3, and 5 year rolling CAGR basis as well. That was 10 years. Now we are looking at this. So if we see 1 year excess of returns, then 45% of times gold is outperforming large caps in the last 20 years. And again, you can see right now we are in that green territory. If we compare 1 year of gold versus small caps, I'm sorry, this chart is not behaving properly. We are still in the green territory and still at 45% of, of outperformance by gold. In the 3 year CAGR, you are seeing that 46% times gold performs more than large caps. Again, we are in the green territory now. And on 3 years versus small caps, you can see gold is just about getting into that green space. 49% of the time, 3 year CAGR of gold has been greater than small caps. When we look at 5 year excess returns, you're seeing 45% of the time gold is doing better than large caps. And when we see 5 years versus small caps, you're seeing 49% of the time gold is not doing, gold is doing better than small caps. But right now, on a 5 year CAGR basis, gold is still underperforming on small caps. That is telling you how much small caps have done well in the last 5 years, despite this current fall, still performing better than gold over last 5 year period. So the hedge of gold is, is basically a, you can say, a too straightforward. It's common sense, and it is a big hedge against sovereign stupidity also. So your country, and I don't ever think that India will do anything stupid, but in case we do get the top supremacy to do some silly things, this is what is going to hedge you against those actions. Very recently, DSP had shown in a slide that even in developed markets, gold excess returns over equity markets have been phenomenal in the 21st century. Out of these 7 countries, only Australia has been matching the equity returns to gold. Otherwise, gold has beaten by far, returns in all these countries, and especially in emerging markets. You can see Turkey, Brazil, Poland, Chile, Argentina, South Korea, Malaysia, China. Every place you see, gold has beaten equity markets. So don't fall into this false narrative that most equity managers go around telling, that gold is a pet rock, gold is a useless asset. They have their own things to sell. I also have small cases to sell, but I don't want to misguide, and that is probably the reason I don't sell as many. But India is the only exception here, where equities has performed almost in line with gold. And I always say, don't look at returns from gold, look at the hedging capacity, look at the counterbalance to your equity portfolio. Those people who would have had significant allocation to gold right now, even after whatever fall we have seen in the markets, would not be sitting either in losses. I mean, I've seen portfolios which are not in loss. And two, if there are losses, they are single digit minor losses. That is the power of the hedge that is gets created. And from a return perspective, you can see there is hardly any difference even in India. And what if our next 20 years are going to be like Brazil? Who knows? Or Malaysia. we really can't say. So much of evidence is available that you just can't be forgetting gold, and other people will make you try to forget you, make fun of you if you try to invest in gold, that you are investing in a stupid asset. Don't take any advice from anybody. Look at the data. Data is what is going to tell you what is happening, what has happened in the past, what is likely to happen in the future. Do not take anybody's word for it, not even my word on it. I also may be biased because I am a big believer in gold as well. But look at the data. I mean, the data is overwhelmingly telling you what you should be doing. I mean, there is, you tell me, where the doubt is. So corrections will continue to happen. If you want a smoother journey in your equity portfolio, combine it with gold, and don't and whenever we do hit a next correction, maybe in few years time, I hope you would have made use of such data and have proper allocation exposure to gold so that your journey becomes smoother. The idea is that the investing journey should be a pleasant, pleasurable journey, because the journey is important. A lot of you, and I would hope so, will probably never end up using most of the money that you're making. As you grow in life, as you will accumulate wealth, a lot of the wealth will never be of any use to you. That is the experience of many elderly clients I've had over the last 3 decades. People have accumulated, they feel confident, they feel financially free. That is all, that is fine. But most of it never gets used. It's just passed on, distributed, whatever happens, right? So you don't want that end result. You want that journey to be good also, because it is all about the journey. As we go through our life, it is all about every day and the journey. You don't want to be feeling really bad about your investing as you go along. So how much gold to have, this question is raised a lot of times to me. My own thumb rule, and a lot of other managers laugh at my thumb rule, but that's okay, I don't really care, is your age divided by 2 as percentage of your net worth. This should be the amount of gold you have. So if I'm 50 years old, I should be having 25% of my net worth in gold. That is the thumb rule that I have, and that is a minimum I'm saying. uh, so again, depending upon what your financial advisor will tell you, and please do ask them if you have one, where you should place your exposure at. But I'm telling you, the more exposure you are able to have, equities, you will be able to take higher risk categories of investing there, and both put together will come out to be a very, very smooth outcome for you. So let me know in this cycle of gold outperforming over equities, where you are, how are you placed, and your special comments on this topic. A lot of you have started investing in gold after following weekend investing, and a lot of compliments keep coming that way. So thank you all for saying all those nice things. But at the end of the day, it was your call. You took the risk. You believed in the concept, and you are making the money. So it is all credit to you. I'm only the messenger here. So this is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and share these videos. You never know, your sharing one such video may just open the eyes of one of your friends towards some new concept. So do share all these videos and subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks. Bye.